In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, I begin. This is the story of Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him. He was a highly educated and virtuous person. Most of his time was spent teaching people and advising them to do good deeds. It is said that he used to sew his own clothes and also sew clothes for others, but he never took any payment for this. He was so devoted to worship that even while working, he would remember Allah in his heart. It is also said that while sewing, he would continuously remember Allah. Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, performed many miracles in his life. One of the most notable was that whatever he predicted would come true exactly as he said. Because of his devotion, the angels would sometimes take him to the heavens. One day, while he was deeply engaged in reading, the angel of death, Hazrat Azrael, peace be upon him, appeared before him in the form of a normal person. Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, welcomed him, thinking he was a guest from another land. Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, used to fast all year, and every evening food would come from heaven for him to break his fast. He would eat that food, and whatever was left would return to heaven. That day, the food came from heaven, and he shared it with his guest. However, the guest, who was actually the angel of death, did not eat the food and spent the whole night in worship. Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, was very surprised by this behavior. The next morning, Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, suggested they go for a walk to see the signs of Allah's creation. The guest agreed, and as they walked, the guest suddenly said, "Let's take some fruits from that field and eat them." Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, was shocked and said, "You are a strange person. Last night you refused to eat halal food, and now you want to take someone else's property without permission. Taking what belongs to others is forbidden for us." The guest did not reply and continued walking. After some time, they saw some goats grazing, and the guest said, "Let's take one of these goats, slaughter it, and eat it." Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, replied, "Do you not know that it is a great sin to slaughter and eat someone else's animal without their permission?" This story teaches us about the importance of honesty, respecting others' property, and staying true to our faith, even in small matters. Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, was a man of great wisdom and piety, and his life is an example for all of us to follow. The guest stayed with Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, for 3 days. During this time, Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, observed his behavior and began to suspect that this person was not an ordinary human being. Finally, Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, asked him, "By the oath of Allah, tell me your true identity." The guest replied, "I am not a human. I am an angel. I am the angel of death, Hazrat Azrael, peace be upon him." Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, asked, "Are you the angel of death who takes the souls of all living beings in this world?" Hazrat Azrael, peace be upon him, replied, "Yes, I am the angel of death." Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, then asked, "Have you come to take my soul?" This moment was filled with deep meaning and reflection. Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, a devoted servant of Allah, was now face to face with the angel of death, who is responsible for ending the life of every creature. This encounter reminds us of the certainty of death and the importance of living a life of faith and good deeds. Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, was a man of great piety, and his life teaches us to always be prepared for the inevitable meeting with the angel of death. The angel of death, Hazrat Azrael, peace be upon him, said, "I have come to establish a bond of brotherhood with you. It is my sincere wish that you accept my proposal." Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, replied, "I agree to your proposal on one condition. You must let me experience the taste of death once. If you can do this, it will greatly benefit me. The fear of death will inspire me to worship Allah even more." Hazrat Azrael, peace be upon him, said, "I cannot do this without the permission of Allah, as your time of death has not yet come." Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, then said, "Please seek permission from Allah." Hazrat Azrael, peace be upon him, asked Allah for permission, and Allah granted his request. With this permission, Hazrat Azrael, peace be upon him, took the soul of Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him. After his death, Hazrat Azrael, peace be upon him, prayed to Allah to bring Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, back to life. Allah accepted his prayer and restored Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, to life. Hazrat Azrael, peace be upon him, then asked Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, "O Prophet of Allah, how did the experience of death feel to you?" Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, replied, "It felt as if my skin was being peeled off from head to toe." Hazrat Azrael, peace be upon him, said, "Among all the souls I have taken, I have never taken anyone's soul as easily as yours. I was careful to ensure that you felt as little pain as possible." Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, then said, "I now have a strong desire to see hell. If you could show me hell, it would increase my fear of the fire of hell and motivate me to worship Allah even more." Agreeing to his request, Hazrat Azrael, peace be upon him, took him to the gates of hell. After seeing hell, Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, said, "Now I have a desire to see paradise. If you could fulfill this wish, I would be very grateful." Hazrat Azrael, peace be upon him, said, "If you promise to return to me after seeing paradise, I can take you there." Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, agreed, and Hazrat Azrael, peace be upon him, took him to the gates of paradise. Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, entered paradise, spent some time there, and then returned to fulfill his promise. However, as soon as he returned, he quickly ran back into paradise and refused to leave. Hazrat Azrael, peace be upon him, called out to him, "Why have you entered paradise again? Come out quickly so I can take you back to earth. I have much work to do." Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, replied, "Allah has said that every soul must taste death, and that no one can enter paradise without first entering hell. I have already tasted death, seen hell, and fulfilled my promise to you by returning from paradise. Therefore, I will not leave paradise now. You may go and continue your work." Hazrat Azrael, peace be upon him, was unsure what to do, so he stood there in confusion. Allah then said to him, "O angel of death, let Idris remain in paradise. This was written in his destiny." And so Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, stayed in paradise. Meanwhile, his family mourned his absence. After some time, the cursed Satan, Iblis, appeared to the children of Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, and said, "There is no use crying for your father. I was very close to him and his most beloved. Before leaving for paradise, he made a statue of himself and left it with me. He instructed that after his departure, you should worship this statue, circle around it, and offer prayers to it. If you do this, he will be pleased with you and will intercede for you before Allah." Deceived by Iblis, the children of Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, forgot all his teachings and began worshipping the statue. They placed it on a mountain, and it looked so much like Hazrat Idris, peace be upon him, that anyone who saw it would think he was standing on the mountain. Iblis did not stop there. He spread the false teachings about the statue throughout the land. Gradually, the worship of the statue became widespread, and people began to believe it was the true religion. Dear viewers, to receive new videos every day, please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to click the bell icon. Also, share your thoughts by commenting on our videos. We hope you stay well and healthy.
Assalamualaikum.